Trader.com. It's Wednesday, the 7th of August. These are the charts of the day. Well, the market is extremely volatile, to say the least. Up in the morning, down in the afternoon. And yesterday we bounced late. Today we did not. The patterns that we're seeing look a little like this. Here's your hourly chart, most importantly, on the NASDAQ 100. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, big fifth wave down, and a reversal with a retest. If we can hold 17.8, that's my opinion, early on, and come back up, then we'd have to take out resistance at 18.4, 18.440 in that area. Above that is where the market would get interesting. Until then, we're still in the downtrend. And remember, first rule of thumb when it comes to stock trading, you never know how far they're going to go down or up. The ideal measure move would take this back up in this range to do a kind of a fib retracement. There's always a possibility that the angle will change and look a little bit more like this. I don't know. This could be a massive 1 and we get a 2 and a 3, 4, 5, and then we're down the next few months. But I don't, I can't, I'm not going to forecast that. I'm going to tell you what the market's going to tell me. That trade what you see, not what you think. On this S&P side, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a big fifth wave down, followed by a pop and a pullback right to the support and close there. Now, tonight, the futures were sharply lower, and they were sharply higher. And as I speak tonight, we'll take a look at it. One moment. Okay, anyway, so you can see the key on this S&P is to get back over 53, 50, 55. Right now, the futures are up 55 and 4. That's INGH and S&P respectively. Just don't know where it's going to be tomorrow morning. Could be back down again. Okay. Back to the charts. We're starting off with alphabetically with apps, Digital Turbine, which was a huge winner for us during this big run up. It literally saw it go from under $1 to over 100. No kidding. And then after a couple of years of declining, maybe a left shoulder head and right shoulders for me. Maybe. Today was a big spike. It jumped about 28% on 4.5 million, which is not a lot for that stock. I've seen it trade much more. I think the key for this one's going to be over 270 with energy. You could see 3.5, 4.5 or more, maybe much more. Boyle. Well, I've been watching this carefully. As you know, we had a nice swing on it back in May. But subsequently, the huge double top drop from 23 3/4 to 24, all the way down to single digits in the 8 range, was reversed yesterday, and today it popped a little bit. I'm still going to be watching this closely for a pop across 10.15. We get that tomorrow. I would be looking for 12 and 13.5, maybe even as high as 14.5 over the next few days and weeks. But we'll see. Has Boyle finally turned around? Well, today's volume wasn't an indicator of that, not just yet, but it's worth watching. EXEL. Fantastic breakout today, but take a look at where it's at. Just underneath this double top right in here. So we get through that. If we get through that, you're looking at 30 and 32.3. FTNT, the major breakaway move today through triple top, through 3 moving averages, through secondary resistance, and a run up near the triple top from February, March, April. That is going to be key resistance around 73. Net on the day up 13.54, 24%, and it traded a whopping 24+ million. If we do get through that triple top, you can see how the stock might want to accelerate even further into the high 70s or so. Stay tuned. HROW, the tech trader swing when it broke out here and coiled, and it then kept moving straight higher. It has now doubled from there. Today was a very intriguing day because after retesting the low from 2 days ago at 21.45 to reach 21.33, and then ripped 11 points to 32.20 before settling back around 30.60. Still, net it was almost an 8-point day, 35% gain, and yet it did it only 800,000 shares. That's how thin this is. In the long-term play, though, is a new all-time high, and we might be trending towards that direction. There we go. If that's the case, HROW may have some extra work to do. I got a target in the 42 range. INGN, after a long decline, may have actually popped out. Now we had a big surge in February, a pullback. Key breakout today with a breakaway gap, and then a close near the upper end of the range was very intriguing for me. 1.2 million up 309 or 38% in a day. And looking at the volume, that is one of the bigger volume days we've seen in the last 8 or 9 months. So maybe we can extend this one. And if we do, I'll be looking for the following. First, I'll run to about 13 and a half, and then maybe high teens. LRN, after a beautiful long uptrend for lasting a year now, taking it from 35 to today's high at 82 and a half. That was a spike up to the top of the channel. It was a breakout, and it may extend. But this is when you got to be careful about it. I do like the look of a potentiality of 90. Lumen wanted to move, and we noted the last weekend that it was overextended. It did pull back for a couple of days, and then Rip City from 2.5 to 783 in a couple of days, with 2 consecutive gaps. It may not be done. This could be $10 tomorrow. Be careful. PAYO had a day trend on it. It popped and broke out and went through some key resistance here. Your next target is 7 and 8. PW, low price special, has gone literally from 40 cents to 2.75 in the last couple 3 months. But today's action and yesterday's this week's action has taken it from basically 1 to 2.5, 270. You can see the breakout above the prior high. The stock may have more room to run. Keep an eye on it. I'll keep it posted for tomorrow. RVLV, big spike, up jump 574, 33% on 4 million. And taking out a double top, and apparently closed above it. Always a good sign for an extension, which may get you to the high 20s. Shopify also snapped back big time on earnings, leaving some of the shorts of their positions with the spike up. It is right at the declining top sign. Should we get through here, I'm likely to see an extension to 70 and maybe as high as mid-70s. And finally, Upstart broke through a base pattern with a breakaway gap on 47.5 million shares. Now has a triple top to consider just above here, around 37.5, 38. To get through that, you're looking at low to mid 40s. Let's look at some of the hot stocks and the breakout stocks at the techtrader.com. Good night, everybody.